So I actually apologized to Null this morning. I emailed him. Yeah, I reached out to somebody else, wrote like 4 paragraphs, and it was a sincere apology. You know, I explained the situation. I apologize for saying he's a pedo, basically. Talked about, you know, why I said what I said, etc., etc. He responded to me about an hour later, basically rejected it. And I don't like how he phrased it. It was pretty cringe, very low test. But, you know, I guess at least he responded to me. I responded to his response, and he has not responded to that. So I'm assuming, yeah, that was just his way of rejecting the apology. And, you know, so I did my best. So, yeah. You know, so I tried apologizing. Like I said, I did mean what I said. It wasn't like, oh, I'm scared of the farms, don't attack me. I mean, it's not like Null could stop them anyway, and that's not his way. That was just like, okay, you know, it was an emotional outburst, even though I believe I was justified in why I was mad. I know people are like, but dude, he didn't even really attack you. That's not the point. I've been misrepresented so many goddamn times lately. Like, that is getting really infuriating. Like, really goddamn infuriating. I can handle people insulting me for my beliefs. That's fine. But this had nothing to do with my beliefs at all. This had to do with Null's beliefs, right? That's why I was mad. But anyway, the point is I did apologize. I did mean it. He didn't accept it. That's fine, I guess. But I did make an attempt, okay? So that's one thing. The other thing I wanted to address is that we can't just keep talking about this drama forever. Okay? So what does that mean? That means I'm going to have Jannies time out people spamming about this drama shit. Because I just don't want, like, listen, I know people are going to say, oh, maybe you're going to feed into the fire. And I didn't say anyone's getting banned. I feel like I've already banned a shit ton of people, you know? I probably banned 20 people over the past week. Which to some people that might not sound like a lot. But, like, me banning 20 real people is probably like a year's worth of banning on the streams. You know what I mean? Most people I ban are like tourists, bots, whatever. No, these are like 20 fans that I banned, right? So we're not going to ban, but we are going to time out for now because people, you know, obviously like the nature of lolcow shit is that you just poke the bear, get them to spurg, they produce the milk. You know, they're trying to milk me for comedic value. Though as I've said in the past, I actually don't think most of it is laughing. I think a lot of it is seething. I mean, you have to remember the circumstances around my thread are that I was nice to a woman and was mean to chat. That's what caused it to be the most active thread on the site. Not, I touched kids. Not, you know, I fucking, I don't know, beat my mother to death. Or something, or, you know, like any real drama. No, I was nice to a woman, and I was mean to chat. That's what caused it to be the most active thread on a website about e-celeb drama. I don't even fucking, like, I don't need to say any more on that subject, really. I think, so, like I said, we're not going to be talking about it anymore. But I'm going to have Jannies time out people who keep forcing talks about it, because I don't know, lolcow stuff is just tiresome to me. I'm already kind of done with this drama. It's like, I already told you guys I wasn't going to force Kirsche onto the channel. There's no plans to have her on Chudcast or any of that stuff. So, yeah, you know, I mean, I don't want to talk about it. I'm kind of tired. Yes, my thread is the most active thread on Kiwi Farms. That's over the Kirsche stuff. That's why. I'm just saying. Like, again, what more? I'm not going to address this again during the stream. We're just getting this out right now. I know there's going to be a shit ton of people flooding in and out. You're just going to have to answer for them, chat. I'm not going to address it anymore after this beginning. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this for at least a little while. I'm literally going to have to fucking put a leash on Devin because Devin wants to fucking absolutely lambast Null because my brother actually used to watch Mad at the Internet, so he knows a lot of the personal shit. But the point is, I wanted to squash the beef. I apologized. I said, no, Devin, you can't say that shit. You know, because I'm done with this. You know, I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It's just not like it's been milk dry. There's nothing more to say, really. You know, I know there's people want me to apologize to chat, but the thing is, when I'm mean to chat, I'm mean to it as an entity. Like, if you as an individual did nothing wrong, then I'm not angry at you. Now, granted, you know I have snapped at people who are close fans of mine, but, like, that's partially because, like, people are never going to agree with me on this parasocial stuff. Like, there's a lot of people who were, saying, like, oh, it's the gayest shit I've ever read in my life. But basically, they were saying, oh, it's only parasocial if they criticize you, but when they like you, then it's not. It's like, how many times have I railed on people who want to be my friends? Like, I've said it like a million times. I don't like it when people suck my dick either. And I know there's a fuck ton of people who want me to demod EGAD for that reason. And you know what? Maybe I will demod EGAD. It's not personal, dude, but it just, you know, it's not worth all of the debate about it. I don't like it either direction. I hate all this mischaracterization. Another thing people are trying to say to hurt me is that, you know, I blame all my life problems on my mother. It's like, have you listened to the Doomer Hours? I've taken many credit for the bad decisions I made during my 20s. Like, yeah, you can say ultimately I do believe in, like, genetic determinism. I do believe, like, your childhood experiences are going to shape most of your future decisions. But at the same time, like, I know that it's me who's deciding to live like a NEET and not talk to people. I get that. I hate that, like, for someone who's been so honest and open with the internet, that people still feel the need to lie. Like, I'm one of the most honest motherfuckers online that there is. Like, I've told you about all my problems, and yet people still lie. Like, why? Haven't I given enough of my personal problems, like, been true enough about them? Like, I don't think you need to lie. I think it's pathetic enough what you know, the stuff I've already talked about is already pretty pathetic. You know what I mean? You don't have to exaggerate it further, is the point of what I'm saying. Out there. Wouldn't it be best to show the apology email, just jump ahead of it? Well, any rules are, if people keep trying to force discussion about the Kiwi Farms thread, time them out. Don't ban anybody unless I tell you to, but we're not talking about Kiwi Farms after this little beginning part of the stream. I'm done with this part of the drama. I don't care if you guys talk shit about Kirsche. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I'm still not removing BBC off of the fucking block list, though. That should have been there, like, at least a year ago. I don't want people spamming fucking, you know, their cuckold fantasies in chat anymore. This is cringe. I think the dude sucking on the dildo looked more like me than him.